Alright, so the World Cup ball now has a battery. No, seriously, the actual football used at the 2026 World Cup needs to be charged before the game, and when I first heard that, I honestly thought it was a joke, because football is supposed to be simple: 22 players, one ball, a few million angry fans, and that's it. But apparently not anymore, because the ball being used at the World Cup is basically a tiny computer disguised as a football. Inside the ball is a sensor collecting data hundreds of times every second, tracking movements, tracking touches, and tracking exactly when players make contact with the ball, which in theory sounds amazing, but also slightly terrifying. Because if you think about it, we've gone from arguing about whether the referee saw something to having a football that literally reports what happened. And honestly, part of me thinks that's amazing. The other part thinks we're getting dangerously close to turning football into a science experiment. Because this technology exists for one reason: controversy, offside decisions, handballs, and deflections. Tiny moments that can decide an entire tournament. Moments that millions of people spend arguing about for years. The goal is simple: make the game fair, make decisions faster, and remove human error. And on paper, that sounds fantastic. Who wouldn't want the correct decision? But what's interesting is how far we've come. A few decades ago, referees barely had replays, then came VAR, and now the ball itself is helping make decisions, which raises a weird question: how much technology is too much technology? Because every generation of football fans say the same thing: we're losing part of the game. Then a few years later, everyone gets used to it. VAR was controversial, goal line technology was controversial, even instant replays were controversial. Now most people barely think about them, and I have a feeling this football is heading down exactly the same path. At first, people will laugh at it: a football with a battery, like seriously? But then the technology prevents a controversial World Cup elimination, or catches an offside that nobody could see, or helps make the correct call in a final, and suddenly nobody wants to go back. What's even crazier is that this isn't entirely new. The last World Cup already used connected ball technology, but now the systems are becoming even more advanced, more accurate, and more reliable, and even more integrated into the game itself. The ball can literally tell officials when it has been touched. I mean, think about it, how insane that would have sounded 20 years ago. A football that talks to computers during the match, and yet here we are. The funny thing is that most fans watching at home probably won't even notice. The ball still looks like a football, players still kick it, and goals still count. The game still feels the same, but hidden inside is a tiny piece of technology quietly collecting data the entire time. And that's probably the biggest story here. Not that football is changing overnight, but that technology keeps slowly sneaking into everything, even the ball. So when the 2026 World Cup kicks off, remember this: one of the most important pieces of technology on the pitch won't be the cameras, it won't be VAR, it won't even be the giant screens, it will be the football itself. And yes, somebody remembered to charge it first.